Welcome to Just a Bit Outside, the baseball movie podcast brought to you by Bucko Banter. Today we discuss The Sandlot, a story of how a group of fifth graders risk getting mauled to death by a dog in order to retrieve a baseball signed by an average baseball player.
Rockin' one-on-ones, yeah, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates, yeah, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plate, send in case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snakes.
Had to ruffle some feathers there.
The guy who allegedly killed his wife. And did admit to doing steroids. It wasn't steroids. It was like goat testosterone or something weird.
Whatever they were doing back in the beginning of the
Guy's cheater.
20th century.
Guy's a cheater. Can't have
Bad guy.
But he's not. It's not good behavior. Today, Deebs, we are talking about The Sandlot, the beloved coming-of-age film that really, truly glorifies bullying. Released April 7th, 1993. David Mickey Evans. It is his second film, not unlike our last movie. We had a sophomore director.
A lot of parallels between this and Field of Dreams.
A lot of parallels. It's because you were hating on one of my all-time favorite movies, and look what it did. It gave us The Sandlot, one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, now you get to just tear down my.
I'm not going to tear it down. I can't tear it down.
It's fair.
But it does star Tom Geary, Mike Vitar, Patrick Renna, Chauncey Lepardi, Dennis Leary, James Earl Jones, and the incomparable Karen Allen, who is for some reason not credited on there. So sorry, Karen.
We also have Art LaFleur, who, like James Earl Jones, is also in Field of Dreams.
So the movie was so good that they had to bring him back. They had to run it back for one more.
A lot of repeat characters here.
This movie actually also has the same AD, the assistant director from Field of Dreams. Yeah, I think they are William Elvin.
They are,
which is I think it's how they got James Earl Jones to be in it.
He seems to really like baseball.
He's a big baseball guy. I really like baseball.
They are similarly quirky, I would say. This is less completely absurd and off the rails, but similarly quirky, I think.
It's also a little bit more about baseball, a little bit less about trying to come to terms with your strained relationship with your father.
Although, I mean, so the starting point of the movie is talking about Smalls, who moves to a new town. And the starting point of the movie is him trying to come to terms with the fact that he has a new stepdad. And the movie starts with him and his stepdad unpacking a box of baseball memorabilia, a little foreshadowing about what's going to happen, and him wanting to have a catch with his dad. And they do preface
that. He does not drop have a catch. It doesn't say where he moved from. It does say they moved essentially cross country. And it's also, there's only 2 more weeks of school. How are you going to move it? There's just 2 more weeks of school.
Absolutely brutal. And
that's how you know Dennis Leary's not a good guy.
Bad guy. And they are in 5th grade. All of these characters are in 5th grade.
Are they all in 5th grade, or is he in 5th grade? That remains unclear because are we to assume they're classmates or they're just buddies?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure.
Because there is a big brother, little brother dynamic
with Benny.
Or with the twins or the brothers.
That is true. It's not clear whether or not they're all in 5th grade, but Smalls definitely is.
Smalls definitely is in 5th grade. We know that for a fact. I would assume Benny's a little older because he just absolutely dominates everybody at baseball.
He just is crushing everyone.
He's nice at ball, dude.
He's disgusting. So we have Smalls, Scotty Smalls. He moves to town. He has no friends. He has no idea what he's doing. He seems to be a nerd from what you can tell, but he follows the group of characters we have yet to be introduced to completely to the Sandlot, where they are playing baseball. And he kind of is just creepily standing in the outfield, just like kind of watching them.
Not far enough away to be out of it, but not close enough to be involved.
Just kind of weirdly voyeuristically watching them play a game. But they then tried to get him involved in the game.
Yeah, they need a 9th guy.
Needed a 9th guy. He has a plastic glove that his grandmother got him.
Grandmother gave me on my 6th birthday.
And he tries to catch a fly ball. tries to catch a fly ball.
Doesn't go great.
No, it's unclear if he actually gets hit or if he just falls over, but he ends up on the ground, embarrassingly. And then he hits us with first day of summer, basically saying, my life is over. This ruins his life.
That's it. Things are hard enough for Smalls.
And he misses the fly ball. So this part's awesome to me. It's just kind of setting up the kind of character that he is. He goes home. He's playing with his erector set. He's doing nerd stuff. And his mom comes into the room and basically says, listen, all last summer, all you did was sit in here and play with the erector set. I know you're smart. But also, nerd, touch grass. Quit being
geek.
Quit
Get
being
out there.
Such a dweeb. Go out, scrape your knee, get in trouble. I don't care. Just stop being basically a huge nerd.
And I think that's what every mother wants for their son at the end of the day.
I think so. And he's like, I would love to stop being a huge nerd, but dad won't have a catch with me.
Yeah, I can't have a catch with new dad, with stepdad Dennis Leary.
And then it cuts to Dennis Leary. It's unclear what he does, but he uses
the word like work and business. But that's I would assume sales. I'm not sure. It's like kind of a generic 60s job.
Yeah. So he's at the table doing business things.
He's a businessman
on a weekend. And they have this discussion about having a catch. So finally, Karen Allen, Smalls' mom, convinces Dennis, old Bill, to go out back and have a catch. And it goes extremely poorly.
Hilarity ensues.
It is hilarious, but it's more sad than anything, I would say.
A little bit, but I mean, we know it's pretty early in the movie. There's going to be more baseball. We feel like he's gonna shrug this one off. But Leary does hit him with the old "keep your eye on the ball." It's how you know you're really having a catch.
Smalls can't catch. More problematically, he can't throw at all. He runs the ball back over to Bill. He has no idea what's going on.
And if you do that in front of Benny the Jet, you could get jumped.
You could, and later on, we'll see. So he ends up. Bill throws the ball, gives him the old heater, hits him right in the eye, black eye. Takes him inside.
Yet another movie where there is assault on a child.
Yes, there's a lot of assault on children in this movie, actually.
A lot of parallels, man. A lot of parallels.
And instead of getting some ice, he just grabs the old steak, slaps it on his eye, tells him to keep it there for an hour. An hour.
Very specific time. It's not, hey, listen, he's out there stepdadding it up. This could maybe not be the first child he's hit.
That's true. He goes, it'll bruise, but it won't swell. So he knows what he's doing, problematically.
He knows what he's doing.
And then he tells him to hold it on there for an hour.
Or maybe his job is doctor at hospital. We don't know. Works weekends.
I guess it could be. That is a
doctor at hospital.
If he's a doctor, that's crazy.
That's how he has money for all the baseball memorabilia.
And he has a large collection. So the next scene, we get introduced to the guys. Smalls gets wrangled by Benny the Jet and says, hey, we need a 9th guy. They only have 8 on the team. Come meet the fellas. So they're just like being hooligans. They're hanging out behind like a store, sitting on some milk crates.
I like the hooliganism outside the old 5 and dime. Like that's how you know they're guys being dudes.
Guys being dudes. They're sitting out back, and you first get introduced to Ham. You first get introduced to Porter. They call him Ham, and he's pretending to be Babe Ruth. He has a candy cigar. He's pretending to be Babe Ruth. And this is kind of like the first piece of foreshadowing about Babe Ruth. This whole movie is effectively
it's a love letter to George Herman Ruth.
It's Babe Ruth propaganda is what it is. And I love the movie, but I did not buy into it. That's what I'll say.
Eventually we're going to get a Shohei one. And they probably won't talk about the gambling scandal, but
well, That's true. But they'll talk about the back-to-back World Series.
I was gonna say he's got back-to-back now.
So you meet the guys, you meet all of them. So we have Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez, Benny the Jet. You have our character.
He's not Benny the Jet yet. He didn't earn that nickname yet.
But he's Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez.
But he is Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez.
Love that. We have the brothers, maybe twins, Timmy and Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
The one with glasses, Squints. The guy with a verbal tick, yeah, who says yeah all the time.
And they definitely tease him about it. That's another thing. Like they're unkind to yeah.
Everyone in the movie is unkind to everyone else in the movie.
Everyone,
at all times.
It's a mean-spirited film.
It is, but in a playful way, I think.
In a playful way. They just point out the things that people can't help, and then they exploit those to make that person feel worse.
They do.
That's guys being dudes.
Bertram Grover, great name.
Great.
Kenny De Nunez, who is the pitcher, and then Hamilton Porter Ham, who is the catcher. And as they're introducing themselves, they're all just spitting on the ground, just like dudes playing baseball.
Yeah, they're spitting their side whack, their chaw.
Man, oh man, I can't wait for that scene. And then they're like, all right, let's go to the field. Let's teach Smalls how to play baseball.
Right. And it's a work in progress. They have a very raw talent in Smalls. Again, can't catch. Then we're trying to deal with the throw with hilarious results. He does run the ball back. A lot of eye rolling, a lot of groaning. I love it.
Squints calls him. We get the classic. I'm gonna do this on cam and probably mess it up, but we get the L7 weenie. He's a square, dude. He is a square. L7 weenie.
7 weenie.
Classic line from the movie. But then Benny does maybe the most impressive thing that's ever been done, even in a movie on a baseball field, in my opinion. He tells Smalls to stand in the outfield and hold his glove in the air, and just to hold it there. And then Benny proceeds to hit the ball directly into a stationary glove just in the outfield.
And it's like a 200-footer. Like it's not a cheap hit. Like he gets into it.
It's a shot.
Right. Yeah, he barrels it.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
And it's a dart. It's a dart right in there, man. Plop.
And then, even though everybody knows that Smalls did absolutely nothing, they're like, this guy, he's got it, and he's part of the team now. But he has not done a damn thing yet.
Literally anything of value. He does get to throw the ball in because Benny the Jet told him how to throw.
And that's the whole entire. They're
yeah,
like,
so
that's all we need.
He tells him throw it to second, and then he makes the play. He gets the ball in, and then all is forgiven. Smalls is now one of the dudes.
So all of that is just set up for. I'll say this: half of this movie is set up, right? Like nothing happens until like 3/4 through the movie. Nothing happens that actually matters, which is kind of interesting.
It's a collection of scenes.
It is, and I actually
they don't necessarily, and I'm fine with it. This is a children's movie. What would you say the target demographic of this movie is? Like 12 to 15?
Yeah, I think so. Even maybe a little bit younger than that. Even how old are you in 5th grade? I have no idea.
Oh, you're young. What are you, like 9, 10?
It's a kids movie. It's a great kids baseball movie, I think.
Right. So
actually, I don't remember how this happens, but eventually, I think the next day they come back and they play. He's one of the guys. I think Ham hits a home run. The ball goes over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And Smalls, like a fool, thinks that he's going to go get the ball from the other side of the fence.
He's too green.
He's too green. And he peeks through a little hole in the fence. He tries to climb the fence. And every single one of them sprints towards him.
Suspense is building. The score is building. There's like, you can see the tension building with the characters. They're running out because there's something behind this fence. And now we got this young buck. He's not wet behind the ears yet. And he's like, oh, I'll just go to that fence. Wrong. Wrong. Don't ever go near any fence ever. You could die.
It would be a good idea if he wanted to get ripped apart limb from limb and turned into a puddle
By a monster, a beast,
by
if you
a
will.
by a gorilla dog thing, as he is later referred to.
I don't know why that scene gets me so every time. It's a gorilla dog thing.
And I will say this, I think one of the best parts of the movie to me is how like mythological they make the beast seem at like every part of the movie.
So
it's awesome.
One of the runners in this movie that you're going to see until we finally see the beast, because at one point you will see an actual dog, but everything before then is very clearly like guys in a dog suit. It's very obviously a dog suit, and like the runner is that it doesn't really look like a dog.
Yeah, it is.
It's comically oversized. The paws are like 1.5 feet wide. It's a great bit.
It has supernatural.
It is legitimately funny.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yes.
So, in order to tell the lore, they have a camp out. Now, this is the beginning of a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5-scene run, and they are all set up, all character building, all completely different, and I love them all.
Nothing has progressed the plot in any way. It's literally just children hanging out, and now we know that there's a dog. That's really all we've got.
So they have the camp out. They go to the tree house. We have the s'mores scene, which is, it's nuts to me. Smalls has never heard of s'mores. He's never had a s'more in his entire life.
You would think that with all the nerddom, you can forgive him for not knowing who the Sultan of SWAT was. But it's a s'more. I don't know when s'mores were invented, but I feel like they were not invented in like 1961, and this is 1962.
They didn't just come out.
No, there's no way. Again, I don't know much about the mythos of s'mores, but I'll do an aside. We'll get one off camera. I'll Google s'mores, but there's no way they're that new.
No, he's never heard of them. I think we might get the first iteration of "You're Killing Me," Smalls here. It might be the second time, but classic line from the movie. So they have the cookout. You get the lore on the beast. The beast was in Myrtle's Acres, the junkyard. He was big, he was mean, and he killed everyone that broke in. 173 guys he killed. 173.
It's a very specific number. Yeah, bones and all.
Bone and all. Killed them. The delivery, I'll say this, and I think this is a great part of the movie. For a bunch of kids, the acting is actually so good, I think.
I agree 100%. Like all of these children, it's not always the highlight of a film, the child actors, outside of like Jerry Maguire, because the kid was hilarious. Like these kids, they're putting the hours in.
The delivery
in this scene where they're doing like some character acting, where they're telling the story from the point of view of these what we would assume is like just post-war adults. You can tell by the policemen that all have the big mustache. Like that's how you know.
And that was Squints's I don't know, his grandfather?
I think so. I don't remember exactly how they have it. But he does hit us with the forever runner.
Forever.
It's so pronounced in the slow motion. Like the actor is doing it like that. So they clearly did Squints first and then had the adults in the flashback after. Cracks me up every time. I've been laughing about that for over 30 years.
It's one of the most insanely quotable baseball movies, I think. Like everybody can rip off like 4 or 5 quotes from this movie without even really thinking about it.
You got them in your pocket.
And we haven't even hit some of the real heaters yet.
If you're at a baseball game, I don't care what city you're in. And honestly, I'm not even that sure that it has to be Major League Baseball, but I can almost guarantee that somebody has a shirt on at the baseball that says "You're Killing Me," Smalls. I can
100%.
Almost guarantee it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just chock full of them. And we haven't even hit the great ones yet.
I'm going to make a shirt that says "Forever."
You could run a
and then
whole,
I'll retire, baby.
you could run a whole business just off quotes from this movie.
I'm on it. I'm already. I have it written down. We're gonna get sued in no time. I'm just waiting for that sweet cease and desist.
That's it. Know a couple lawyers. So we go the next day and we're playing baseball again. Well, we're trying
because all we do is play ball.
All we do is play ball. They make it very clear that this is all that they do every day, except for the next day.
Also, quick sidebar: does it never rain there ever? We don't see any rain in this movie at all. I know it's SoCal, but like, come on.
I mean, I'll tell you what, it doesn't rain there in 2025. In 1962, who's to say? But it does not.
I don't know. I wasn't there. We'd have to. It
does not rain there.
What, Tommy Lasorda?
So this next day, it's too hot to play. The only person that wants to play is Ben, and he calls everybody.
Do you have this one?
I have this one. He says, do you want to be someone that can't hack it? A can't hack it panty waist who wears their mama's bra? And everyone's like, that's fine. We'd rather go
it's
to the
too
pool.
hot. Yeah, we're going to go to the pool instead. We're going to be children in the summer.
This is like one of the first of a litany of absolutely incredible like child insults.
This one's a table setter. This is the appetizer. We have not yet hit entrees in the hilarious insults. Panty waist is a real winner though.
Can't hack it panty waist who wears your mama's bra. I mean, this is barely scratching the surface. So then we get to probably the most memorable scene in the entire movie.
For better or for worse?
Probably for worse. Probably for worse, I would say. And watching this back, it's on its face, maybe problematic.
Maybe. Brother, maybe.
There's a couple other parts that I think are more problematic than the pinnacle of the pool scene.
I don't have them power ranked here, but yeah, we got some real heaters going up with problematic scenes.
So they go to the pool. You texted me when you were watching the movie and said, this part's not good. You said
it's not good.
We need to address this in the proper way. And I agree with you. I think it starts off not even great because they call all the women at the pool. These are fifth graders, by the way.
Correct.
They call them pool honeys.
Yeah, they want to go scam pool honeys.
All the pool honeys, which I will say, Ham does a cannonball and splashes all the pool honeys. Because they would never.
Much to the chagrin of the aforementioned pool honeys.
And then you meet the pool honey to end all, Wendy Peppercorn.
We actually meet Wendy earlier, but there's a part we'll address this later. But we do know that Squints is an infatuation. It's so much more than a crush. It's just a total obsession with Wendy Peppercorn. And I did Google it. 18-year-old, thank God, lifeguard.
That's good.
I did look it up. I had to do some math. But yes, Wendy Peppercorn, the actor that plays the actress that plays Wendy. Yes, 18. Thank God. Because there's another scene that for no reason sexualizes a child that we didn't discuss, but I do have it for a bit I want to do at the end. But we've got Squints who fakes drowning. But we don't know that like he goes off the diving board and he's incapacitated. And Wendy, who's just doing her job, springs into action, leaps down from her chair, and grabs the lifeless Squints, gets him out of the pool, puts him on the side, makes room, administers CPR, is giving him literally the breath of life. And then he hits him with like the eyes open, corny smile, and then back to fake dead. And everybody knows what's about to happen. And what's about to happen is assault.
It is a crime.
It is 100% a crime. Because as she is administering CPR, he goes in for a kiss. And it is described in the adult Smalls voiceover. He had kissed her long and good.
Yeah, he grabs the back of her head.
It's assault, brother.
It is.
Like, it is a crime.
It is assault, brother. And I will say they understand that it's not okay. This is not like a fifth grade boys being fifth grade boys. This is called in the movie sneaky, rotten, and low. They know it's not okay.
And as like Wendy drags him out, they're all kicked out of the pool.
She calls him a pervert.
Yeah, throws him out. Gets the kick towards him. Go on, get. And as they all run away, Squints turns back to the fence. And he's like gazing at her again, longingly, as she's back, like climbs up back into her chair, and she like scowls at him, and then like drops the sunglasses and gives him like a wry smile, like a coy smile and a wave, which is even more upsetting somehow. She was like, man, that fifth grader, that was a hot thing that happened because I'm an adult. So now it's even more horrifying. My, how the tables have turned. Now it turns out Peppercorn, potentially a predator.
Yeah, the whole thing is also the way it's very clearly premeditated because he's sitting there and he goes, 3 summers I've had to sit here and watch her lotioning, oiling, lotioning.
And he's like mumbling under his breath.
He's like, I can't take it anymore. So he pulls the old fake my death trick.
Oldest trick in the book.
Just a diabolical scene.
Not good. Not good. And it's arguably the scene that people remember the most from the film, which I think is telling.
It is
not good.
You texted me and you said there's some problematic parts of this movie.
There's a couple of them. We got more.
The Squints kiss is pretty bad.
That is the leader of the pack. That is the George Herman Ruth of just bad guys.
It is. So
yeah, dear listener, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not good. Don't do that.
It's sneaky, rotten, and low.
And low. Yeah, don't do that. Not funny. Not good.
Not good. So we immediately go from this to the night game, which is a 40-second scene, and it's one of my favorites in the entire movie.
I agree with you 100%. This is this is like my baseball part.
It serves almost no purpose except for getting you just to feel like baseball.
Yeah, so they get to play their night game on the 4th of July because there's so many fireworks. And you know, it's like being under the lights as a big league ball player. But they use, I mean, I guess technically it's like computer aided fireworks. They're the biggest fireworks you've ever seen in your entire life.
You would think that it is like an act of war.
Because they're bigger than they should be, so it looks weird. But I know that it plays it up. It's like through the eyes of a child or whatever. But they talk about how Benny yells at them for like not paying attention to the game. If I saw a like 1,500-foot firework, like I would want to look at that
without a doubt.
Yeah, so like Benny is 100% wrong there.
I also
some America the Beautiful. Again, there's a couple hot dogs are eaten in that scene. The dogs.
As they're running to the field, Ham stops by the table, grab a dog.
Grabs gotta get a dog.
I watched this movie on the Internet Archive because this is archived as a quintessential piece of art and Americana, and it is ripped from a VHS as it is stored on the Internet Archive. So it had all the lovely crackles and blurs, and the fireworks scene was just great. I loved it so much. you immediately from there transition into another scene. And this is like that part where they're just banging out like 5 or 6 little separate vignettes of like character building. We meet like the other team in town, the Tigers. And this begins.
They were never at any point discussed.
Never.
They pull up on their Schwinns and their Huffies.
And I was a Huffy guy. Were you a Huffy guy?
I had a Huffy. I had a Huffy and a Stingray. No.
The Stingray was a fun one.
No, it wasn't the Stingray. I don't remember what it was. It had pegs, though.
Love that. Love that. So they pull up on their bikes. And I'll say this. We talked about, you said we got a little America the Beautiful. The soundtrack to this movie is
spectacular.
Unbelievable.
It is so on point.
They roll up, Booker T and the MG's Green Onions is playing. It's just unreal. The soundtrack in this movie is undefeated, without a doubt. And this begins a sequence of one of the best back and forth mudslinging, insult throwing montages that you will ever see in any movie, period. It is unbelievable.
And it's machine gun like in its delivery.
They say, "You're a jerk" to Porter. Porter comes back, "You're an idiot."
And Ham is clearly the hype man for the Sandlot crew.
He's the mouthpiece, big time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I mean, you gotta have your Flavor Flav.
And he is, without a doubt, Flavor Flav. They say, "You're a jerk. You're an idiot, a moron, a scab eater, butt sniffer. You're a pus licker, fart smeller. You eat dog crap for breakfast, geek. You mix your Wheaties with your mama's toe jam. You bob for apples in the toilet, and you like it." And then it reaches its pinnacle.
It escalates.
You play ball like a girl, which also not
problematic.
Okay. Also not okay.
That's on my list.
But in the movie in 1962, this is way worse than any of those other things. It's way worse than anything they could even possibly imagine.
They are incensed. It's even jarring to the Sandlot, like to those guys.
They couldn't even fathom that somebody would even utter those words at all.
Them's fighting words.
And what do they do about it? They play a baseball game.
Yes, not there at the time, but at a later date.
They say, "Meet us at our field tomorrow." Because the Tigers are a real team. They have jerseys and uniforms. They have a field. Mm-hmm. So you're like, all right, these guys, they might be pretty legitimate. They could be.
You got to assume at some point, like these are clearly the superior players, and this is going to set up an act of this film, or at least drive a scene. No, it doesn't do that.
Nope. We cut to the next day. Ham is behind home plate, and he's chirping at the batters. He's chirping them big time, trying to get in their heads.
And it's working.
It's working big time. He starts off, and this is my favorite quote in the entire movie. First thing he says, starts off, looks at the batter. He's sitting there. He's set up behind home plate. He looks at the batter. "If my dog was as ugly as you, I'd shave his butt and tell him to walk backwards." That's unbelievable. I mean, it's just so good. It's just so good. He goes, "Is that your sister out there in outfield? Is she naked?
Is she naked?"
They're looking. Everyone's looking at her. Just, I mean, it's unbelievable. But then it's all fun and games. And then the boys get up to bat.
Everybody's getting on base.
It's a carousel.
Everybody. The line is moving. They're just, we just see contact. I don't know if they're just small balling them to death, but they're like the Sandlot. They're killing them.
Ham hits a dinger.
Ham goes deep. Ham definitely goes yard.
They are absolutely cooking these fools. I mean, it's like not even.
Yeah, why do you even put on the uniform if you're not going to use it? Like, what are we doing?
They came, talked all this trash, scheduled a game at a secondary location at a different time and place just to get absolutely fried.
Just dog walked.
Absolutely murderized. I mean, it's like not even close.
No, absolutely. We don't see a score or anything, but like all we watch are the Tigers strike out and then everybody else just crushing the ball.
Absolutely murdered.
Nunez is pitching a gem.
He's throwing the heater. He's just.
He also has a totally sick, and I didn't mention this one earlier. There's two very noteworthy hats. Nunez has a sick Kansas City Monarchs hat.
Absolutely great. And Bertram Grover is the other one. I'm sure of it.
That is the other one who
has the Angels hat with the halo on
the top. Halo. That is a super cool throwback.
Yeah. The costume design for this movie is elite.
Mm-hmm. A lot of Dodger hats is one, like Benny the Jet.
A lot of Dodger hats.
Hat. Yeah. There's a Brooklyn Dodgers hat too.
And then we go out and we celebrate after the game. The boys go out to the carnival. They go out to the fair. And this is probably my second favorite scene in the movie as well. This is just...
Again, it basically does nothing to progress the film whatsoever.
None.
And the thing that gets me about this is, that as we'll talk about in a moment, they have one baseball. And baseballs are $1. And they were out. If once you lose your baseball with a home run or whatever, the game's over for the day because nobody has any money. But Benny the Jet says, "Hey boys, this one's on me," and just proceeds to buy them all tickets. There's no way that's less than $1. There's 9 of them.
There's no shot. But they're balling out that night, and they're balling out so hard that they even decide to participate in some extracurricular activities. They decide to partake in a little chewing tobacco.
Some chaw.
The big chief, which may be also problematic.
There's probably 2 strikes there. Well, it's probably because they couldn't afford to pay Redman because God knows that Redman, they command a lot of money. But here now, after some more glorification of bullying, now we're going to have underage tobacco use.
And they do one of the most ill-advised things you can do, which is put in just a fat lip,
a hammer,
an absolute hog, and they get on a spinny ride.
Yeah, they're on the tilt-a-whirl.
They're on something
those things are called
that they should not be on.
No, I don't think anybody should be on it.
The acting in this scene is phenomenal.
It's also phenomenal. There's and I don't know if this is from an artistic standpoint or if this was just the basis of toxic masculinity, but they're all riding one per car.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, can't be touching a dude.
You can't double up.
Can't do that.
If you can't play ball like a girl, you definitely can't be doubling up in the tilt-a-whirl. There's no way. You
can't be rocking it too wide on the tilt-a-whirl. You can't be going doubles.
Absolutely not. The acting in
the one thing about another part of this is the camera work, because as the ride is going, so is the camera, and it's a little bit nauseating because the camera is constantly going up and down and up, and it's not necessarily going at the same speed up and down as the ride, and it's nauseating for you, for you, the viewer, and you didn't just put in a horseshoe, the big chief.
And the looks on the faces of the children. If you told me that in real life, they gave a bunch of 5th graders who have never used tobacco or nicotine just a fat lipper, and then they put them on the tilt-a-whirl and they just filmed what happened, I would absolutely positively believe you.
They gave them, it was licorice and bacon mixed together to get the proper consistency. I don't know who came up with that idea. I feel like there could probably be something else, considering we have chewing gum. We have Big League Chew that just already kind of looks like it.
Interesting.
But it did make them vomit.
Well, they're on the tilt-a-whirl, and the vomiting scene it's laughably absurd. It's so over the top. It is like intentionally ludicrous.
They all start vomiting for like a while. It's all in order, one after the other. It also takes a very weird, what I think is an artistic liberty here. It's like a red-brown vomit.
Yeah.
Which you would seem like, dyed by tobacco, you would assume. But like historically in movies and cartoons, puke's green, brother.
It's green.
It's green.
But
we know it's green.
Not here, and you can tell because it's over everything.
Everything and everyone.
It's on the people. It's on the ride. It's on everything. It's on them. It's all over. Spectacular scene. Love it so much. And nothing that happened in the movie yet actually matters. Now we're getting to the point where we're about to put the rubber to the road here.
And now the real movie starts.
Now it's all character building to this point. But now we play a game the next day. Benny, first at bat, hits the cover off the ball.
Quite literally.
Quite literally hits the cover off the ball. Smalls catches the ball.
You busted the guts out of it.
All strings and whatnot. Covers laying on the ground. Everyone's like, that's super impressive. Benny, true baller through and through. The only thing he cares about is I'm not going to be able to play ball anymore. Not going to be able to play ball anymore.
Benny's the original Hardo.
The most Hardo of all time. So everyone's broke because they just spent a month's salary on tickets to the carnival. Nobody has any money. So Smalls gets a bright idea. He says, I got a ball.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a baseball somewhere.
Where's Bill? On business. He's gone for a week. So he goes and he takes the memorabilia, the Babe Ruth signed baseball. Doesn't tell anybody. No one looks at it. And they start.
He also doesn't understand the gravity of the situation.
It's clear up to this point in the movie. Smalls has no idea about baseball. He has no idea who Babe Ruth is.
He doesn't respect the great Bambino.
He doesn't. The Sultan of SWAT. The Colossus of Clout. He has no clue. He's lost. In fact, earlier in the movie, he has a notebook and it just says baseball stuff to remember. And it only has one line in it, and it's about Babe Ruth. He doesn't remember anything else about.
Doesn't remember anything.
This guy is he's lost at sea about baseball.
I mean, God bless him for trying.
But he gets up and he does the one thing he can't do, even though he knows nothing about baseball. He sucks up until this point in the movie. He hits a nuke. He just hits an absolute tank with the Babe Ruth ball. Yep. Into the yard.
And you know it's Babe Ruth ball because as it's zipping towards the camera, you can see right in the sweet spot, Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. Everyone's jumping. They're cheering. Smalls, let's go. Yeah, this is great. And he is terrified. Terrified. It's a matter of life and death. Quite literally.
Oh no. Walks from second directly out to center field. Ham's having a meltdown, like a kid doesn't even know if they're left. And now he's having a panic attack because the ball was a gift to Bill, the potentially abusive stepfather. And the only thing he knows about it is it was autographed. It was a gift given to him by a woman that signed it, a Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth. Collective gasp from all the fellas.
And they go by, we do the runner again. The Sultan of SWAT, the Colossus of Clout,
the King of Crash.
Yeah, we do that one again. And one of my favorite lines in the whole movie is Smalls just goes, that's the same guy?
That's the same guy? Oh my God. You mean that's the same guy?
Hilarious. That is such a good joke. That is such a wildly underappreciated joke from that movie.
I have that one written down, quoted with a star next to it. That line is incorrect. Oh my God. You mean that's the same guy?
Kills me. Absolutely kills me. And then he passes out.
He goes, I think I'm going to be sick. They start fanning him. So what do? They scavenge for bottles. They trade them in. They get a replacement ball. Then he forges the signature of George Herman on it. And Smalls goes in and spells it wrong. He puts an E at the end, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then Smalls goes, he places it back on the mantle where it was. And this next quote is one of my all-time favorites in the movie as well. Because while he's in there, he's not supposed to be in there, but he's replacing the ball until they find a way to get the original.
Yeah,
back.
it's a decoy.
It's a placeholder.
They're buying time because Bill's away on business. He's a businessman doing business.
And he's in the room and his mom comes in. He says, what are you doing in here? He goes, oh, I'm just looking around. I'm just looking at this ball. And she proceeds to tell a story about Babe Ruth. and about how obviously how much the ball means to Bill and how great of a baseball
Family
player.
heirloom.
The whole they really play it up. And after this whole thing, he's looking just sick thinking about it. He says, even my own mom, a grown-up girl, knew who Babe Ruth was.
A grown-up
A
girl.
grown-up girl.
Problematic.
As if there's not a name for that. As if there's not a name for that. So now we proceed to have a montage of just some silly, goofy, wacky ways
We
to
have to enter the lair of the beast.
The lair of the beast, who we know is ripping people limb from limb, mauling it.
Has eaten at least one kid, as they say multiple times in the film.
And previously has killed 173 guys.
Bones and all.
Bones and all. And he liked it. So we start off here. We have various contraptions and plots and plans to try to get this ball back.
And they're all funny.
They're all funny.
It does have one of my favorite runners, and it's that Squints is always the lookout, and he has like a periscope made out of
Wheaties
cereal boxes. But as these keep failing, and they keep getting more complicated, first it's just like a broom handle. And then the dog grabs the broom handle, and it just comes back, and the end's completely shreded.
It's splintered as slobber all over it.
Yeah, and then they have like an erector set with a pot on the end, and they get it over the ball, and then the huge paw grabs the pie, yanks out of the kid's hands, and everything comes flying back over the fence.
The top.
But every time the dog grabs something, there's a snap zoom on Squint screaming. 10 out of 10 joke. Gets me every time.
Even right before that, he whispers, "You got it. Bring it back." And then dog sends the thing flying, and he's just screaming. Oh, it's
because it always starts there, and it's everybody else screaming in terror. But it's like the snap zoom on his face. It kills me. It's like watching a Sam Raimi movie.
It's beautiful. So they use the stick. It doesn't work. They do the pan on the end of the erector set. It doesn't work. Next, after that, they rig together 3 vacuums to try to suck it up. That doesn't work. It pinches closed, the vacuum. The treehouse blows up. The treehouse blows up. Everyone's diving out of the treehouse.
We're dealing with superior intelligence.
We're dealing with superior intelligence. The dog is clearly of superior intellect than the children. The next scene, they take Yeah. They rig up a system of pulleys. He goes down, he gets the ball. He has it in hand. It pans up, staring face to face with the beast. Everybody's freaking out. At no point does anybody think they should just throw the ball over. It doesn't work.
Right, yeah. So Yeah drops the ball. All of these ridiculous things have come after, I forget who it was which character it was. So why don't we just knock on Mr. Myrtle's door? And it was like, no, we're not doing that.
Squint says he's even meaner than the dog is.
Yeah. Like, what are you nuts? Like, we saw him in the flashback. Like, no, this guy's awful.
They rig together a catapult with the erector set. That doesn't work. Nothing works. They're playing in his eulogy. Bill's gonna kill him.
And it's probably justifiable.
But then Benny the Jet has a little dream that night. And who does he dream of, Chris?
George Herman Ruth, who enters the room of a child smoking a cigar, smoking a stogie, played by the incomparable Art LaFleur, who is Chick Gandil in Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams fame.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Babe's telling like, hey, come on, man, what are we doing here? What are you doing? Go get the ball. You got to get the ball. Quit making excuses. And Benny keeps making excuses. It's a gorilla dog thing.
Yeah.
And he just keeps coming up with stuff. And he delivers the line, heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Banger.
That line has no business being that good in a movie this silly.
Yep. It's super funny because he says, you got one chance to do something great. And he's telling him just to go get the ball. And the line preceding that, he goes, you're the one with the rubber legs. He's like, you're fast, you're young, you're spry, you got the rubber legs. Go grab it. And then he tells him, heroes get remembered, legends never die. After he tells him he has rubber legs.
And he's smoking in front of a child.
A cigar.
This is just ripping a stove, just in a child's room. Just get a little comfortable sitting on a kid's bed.
So what does Benny the Jet do? And throughout the movie, at various times, he's been in a pickle situation, right? A rundown. We've seen him be successful in these on multiple occasions thus far. So he's about to go pickle the beast. He busts out the quintessential piece of equipment from the movie. The PF flyers.
Guaranteed to make a kid jump higher and run faster.
And
Also, I know
real, by the way.
This is a. I know this is our video format. If you are listening on the digital side, you're going to want to go to the video side because.
Hell yeah, they are
that's
real,
right, baby. They are real.
Yeah,
and I have a pair.
Of course you do.
Look at that. Get a little. There you go. There you go.
Of course you got the PF flyers.
Of course I did.
Amazing. So he bravely goes over the fence, gets the ball, hops back over the fence. The day is saved, right?
Wrong, you idiot, you fool.
You thought. The
The
beast
beast said, not today, cuz.
Not today. Jumps over the fence. Wipeout starts playing immediately. And we're going on a wild goose chase throughout the whole town. The whole town.
Everywhere we've seen, there's the beast in hot pursuit.
Hot pursuit. He runs through a movie theater. They break the movie screen. He runs through a
The
town
beast
festival
jumps through the movie screen
as they're talking about werewolves. He runs through the town hall. The beast jumps through the window. They run through the celebration. The cake hilariously flies up in the air. Oh, a bunch of
much to the
hijinks.
dismay of the snooty bakers in their jaunty French caps.
Just hijinks ensues.
They go back to the pool, which Benny's not allowed to go to. And so that's technically trespassing. That's another crime.
Criminals. They go back to the Sandlot. He jumps back over the fence. It's unclear exactly what he wants to do. Trap him in his cage, potentially. The dog crashes through the fence. Fence falls on the beast. And at this point, it's a real dog. It's not like a hilariously oversized.
Yeah, it's a huge mastiff. It's a real dog, but he's a big, slobbery mastiff, and he's very big.
And the fence falls on the dog. And now we have a moral dilemma.
Say, oh, finally, like we did it. We defeated the beast. We're free now. And then you hear the dog whining and whimpering. It's like, oh.
Moral dilemma. Smalls is an empath, I would say.
Correct.
And he's the only one trying to save the dog. So he's lifting the fence up, but he is but a child. Can't lift the fence up.
And as we have covered early in the film, a big nerd. So he's
Huge
not out there hitting the weights.
Definitely not hitting.
He's not a Gold's Gym. I'll tell you that right now. He doesn't go to Planet Fitness.
Benny comes over, he helps him lift the fence up. The dog comes out, meets Smalls face to face, slobbers all over him, licks his whole face up.
A very sympathetic dog, a dog that is showing its gratitude for saving its life after it did, in theory, try to kill Benny. Because like there was definitely some malice in that dog.
It rips his jersey.
Yeah. Almost gives him the chomp, bro.
Almost gets him. So eventually they knock on the door of Mr. Myrtle, who is clearly not the same guy that was in the flashback.
Another problematic part. In the flashback, it's a white guy.
That's a white man.
And it's a white man. They're like, oh, that's a business owner. That's a white guy. No.
It's very strange because also he doesn't. It's maybe there was a transfer of business here because also you meet the person who lives in this house. It is James Earl Jones. They go in the house and they find out that he maybe was a junkyard owner as a side gig, but in fact, he was a professional baseball player who played alongside George Herman, Babe Ruth.
Yeah, a personal friend. Because they said, "Oh, you played with Babe Ruth?" I said, "I played with George."
And he said, well, why did you go through all this trouble for a ball? He says it was signed by Babe Ruth. And he delivers the line. He says, you're not in trouble. You're dead where you stand. You're dead where you stand. So he's been demonized, villainized by the neighborhood kids. He seems a little lonely. So they strike a little deal.
There's a reason why nobody ever hung out with Mr. Myrtle. Nobody ever saw Mr. Myrtle. It's because he's handicapped. Mr. Myrtle was a blind man, and his playing career was cut tragically short when he was struck with a high and tight fastball.
Pow!
That crowd of the plate. And the pitchers hated that. And yeah, he caught a fastball to the noggin. That's when the lights went out.
The lights went out.
So yeah, he was blinded by an errant pitch in a baseball game. And that's why nobody ever saw Mr. Myrtle. He wasn't out and about. It's because he's blind. He is a handicapped person.
He is. He strikes up a little deal. He says, hey, I'll trade you my ball that is signed by the entirety of the 1927 Yankees World Series team. And I'll keep this one that is screwed up by my dog. So they make the deal. We see Smalls giving the signed ball to Bill, who is extremely surprised.
He's back from work. Whatever work that is.
And he only gets grounded for a week. And then we have our fade out. Here's the futures of all of the youths who are involved in the movie.
It gets pretty wild here.
It gets pretty wild. Yeah, gets sent to military school. And he becomes a pioneer in bungee jumping. Throwback
to him being lowered via pulleys. It never explains why has to go to military school. He really doesn't seem like the biggest troublemaker of any of them.
Not at all. He seems like
it's clearly Ham. If we got to pick one, like he's going to be the rabble rouser here,
without a doubt. The next one's real weird to me. Bertram gets really into the 60s and nobody ever saw him again. They're in 5th grade in 1962.
So maybe he's a little older. Maybe he's a touch older because he's much taller than the other ones.
It's still weird.
And also got a little too into the 60s. What part of the counterculture is he in? Is he just get into protests, or is it like, hey, this guy's going to major in smoking grass?
Yep. Marching, smoking grass, and listening to sitar music.
Trying to like sitar music. Maybe he liked sitar music, and that's why he was lost to the 60s.
That could be. Timmy and Tommy, architect and contractor, they invent mini malls.
Mm-hmm. Oh, first they build like tree houses. Makes sense.
And then they invent mini malls. I'm going to save who they mention next for second to last.
Okay.
Ham, pro wrestler, the great Hambino. De Nunez, AAA ball, coaches a little league team called the Heaters. Squints. Where do we think Squints ends up?
I would hope he ends up in prison for assaulting women.
But in fact, he marries Wendy Peppercorn.
He sires 9 children.
Ain't that a fairy tale ending? You know? And then it doesn't
saying assholes live forever.
It doesn't explicitly tell you what happens to Smalls or Benny the Jet. It just cuts to a Dodgers game. You see the hat in the booth that Smalls wore early on in the movie.
The complicated bill of the hat. The hat was very long.
A trout hat with a laughably long bill. Who Benny previously told him to throw in the fireplace.
Yeah, throw in the fireplace. And he gives him the old Dodgers cap.
And you see him calling a pickle. And who is it in? Or not a pickle. I'm sorry. You see him.
No. Not a pickle, my friend. He's too good for that.
He's far too good for that. You see him calling a game. And who's on third base? None other.
Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez.
And he steals home.
Pitcher never sees it. Crowd's going nuts. Everybody's going berserk. He's going crazy in the booth, which I respect the intensity there. I love that. I love that. Some people will call him a homer because that's his boy, but like, no, man, no.
That's your boy. That's your day one.
That is gassing up the homies. When nobody else stuck their neck out for Smalls, Benny the Jet did.
He did. He had him since he needed to touch grass for the first time.
Do you want to know something? You want to know something crazy? The one like truly interesting piece of trivia. Do you know who the actor is that plays Mike Vitar, like the older Benny the Jet? Do you know who it is?
I do not.
It's his brother. It's his older brother.
Really?
Crazy, right? That's like the only truly interesting thing about this movie because production was like seamless and like everybody turned out normal and like had a good time.
Huh. Well,
it's the older Benny the Jet is Mike Vitar's older brother.
So he looks up, gives him the thumbs up. Smalls from the booth looks down, gives him the thumbs up.
It's also crazy that Smalls is calling a one-man booth.
It is kind of crazy.
And like, what happened to Scully?
Not in this timeline, brother.
Not in this one.
Not in this timeline. And that is our thrilling conclusion.
But what does he have in the booth?
He has the framed picture of all the fellas. All the fellas.
He's got the boys. He has the shoot up baseball, the 27 Yankees baseball, and the decoy ball as well. But it just pans past those and zooms in on our boys at the Sandlot, guys being dudes.
Guys being dudes. And that's how we end our brilliant coming of age childhood baseball movie. Now, before we get into our quotes, little trivia, no noms for this movie, unfortunately.
No, but it's a children's movie, and again, it probably doesn't deserve any. Maybe score. The soundtrack's really good. Even the original stuff's really good.
It is good. We have to tell you who is our sponsor of the week. This week's episode is brought to you by Nostalgia. Are you disillusioned with adulthood? Suffering through the doldrums of everyday life? Nostalgia might be right for you, Chris. Throw on a movie, throw on a song from your youth, like The Sandlot, and attempt to relive just a fleeting moment of childlike innocence, free from the overbearing weight of society. Nostalgia, your cure for the daily masquerade, made today possible.
Wow, the daily masquerade, that got like kind of bleak.
Made today possible.
Jesus, man.
Hey, listen, I don't make the rules. I don't cut the checks, all right?
Yeah, I was going to say, we're just cashing the checks. I reached out to Big S'more, and they said absolutely not.
Big S'more said,
no way. No, sir, not after the Cub Scouts thing. Like, we're not doing this again. No
Listen, the
way.
kids in this movie don't even know what we are. Let's get into some quotes here.
That's like that's tough, man. Not knowing how you toast the mallow. Like, get out of here.
He calls it a mallow too, which I love. Let's get into some quotes here. The Sultan of Swat, the Titan of Terror, the Colossus of Clout, the Colossus of Clout, the King of Crash. The twins repeat each other all the time. Love it so much.
Colossus of Clout's so good.
When Ben is trying to tell everybody to get in position, he says, "Base up, you blockheads." Phenomenal. At one point, Smalls is trying to say, can't we just go over the fence and get the ball? I think we could do that. Squints hits him with one of my favorites. Maybe I'm just going to keep using this forever. If you were thinking, you wouldn't have thought that. Amazing.
Really good line. Really, another slept on line.
If you were thinking, you wouldn't have thought that.
There's some fairly clever writing in this film.
Oh, the dialogue
really doesn't have much of a plot. And other than, it's the one thing that they always say is like getting into pickles.
It's just a pickle.
But it's just shenanigans.
It's hijinks.
It's hijinks.
The dialogue in this movie is crisp. I like it a lot, personally.
So the one thing that gets me as far as dialogue, in the beginning we hear that when Elder Smalls, who has been telling us this story the whole time, it's our narrator, said that it was the summer that Maury Wills had the stolen base record for the Dodgers. My man knows Maury Wills He knew that was important, but not Babe Ruth.
Is it current day Smalls looking back on that summer? Because it has to be.
It has to be, right? Either way, I don't care. Don't care for it.
I would agree.
Whenever he replaced Vince Scully, he got Scully's job. But, I mean, we do get another dead dad out of this movie, which is nice. It's true. A very common theme. Karen Allen is the mother, so it does, insinuate that maybe Indiana Jones died in like the late 50s. Maybe Indiana Jones it could be set in the same universe. We don't know.
Indiana Jones could never have a child like Smalls. There's no world.
Well, he wasn't around to rear the boy.
Could never happen. I think we hit all the other quotes. If my dog was as ugly as you, I'd shave his butt and tell him to walk backwards. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Line. You mean that's the same guy? Unreal. Heroes get remembered. Legends never die. You're not in trouble. You're dead where you stand.
Dead where you stand.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. No nominations. The score is brilliant. I mean, we get so many.
The contemporary music, the original kind of brassy score that you get in a lot of baseball movies. You just know it's a baseball movie when there's a lot of like trombones,
the scene,
sousaphones.
The scene where Benny hops the fence to get the ball. There's a little Wild West standoff thing going on too. The score is
just like a generic like Wild West theme into Wipeout.
It's lovely. I got two pieces of trivia here. Number one, I was watching this movie and I was thinking to myself, and this is a total coincidence, I get big Christmas Story vibes from this movie. The voiceover type thing.
Everything's told from the perspective of the children. Yeah, no, for sure.
Big. So Roger Ebert quoted this this is a quote of his, said that this is the summertime version of the Christmas Story.
Yeah, I'm 100% down with that.
So me and Roger Ebert basically the same guy. So
same guy.
You're getting this analysis for the low when you could pay top dollar and get Roger Ebert. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't think you're going to get too much Roger Ebert anymore.
Well, R.I.P. R.I.P. The other one is
him and Gene Siskel, man. They were just mean and they were hilarious.
But we thought the same thing about this movie. The other fun piece of trivia, maybe not that fun. David Mickey Evans, one of his high school classmates, whom shared the last name of Squints Palladorus, was like, hey, this guy is potentially a predator in the movie. Also,
and more importantly, looks like a dork.
He looks like a dork. He has glasses.
Which Palladorus, real life Palladorus, had glasses.
This is defamation. Yeah. So he sues David Mickey Evans.
Because one of the things that he cited was he had to get contacts because he wore glasses and he didn't want to look like a nerd.
And this goes to court. And I assume it goes this way. The judge just says, get out of here, dweeb.
Beat it, geek.
And it almost goes to California's Supreme Court. They're like, you know what? We actually want to get in a piece of this action. Call this guy a dweeb. And then they're like, you know what? He gets the picture. He gets the picture. All right. Let's go for rankings. Baseball realism. They did the cheat code. It's kids playing ball. He doesn't even have to look
It's kids playing ball, but they did send them to like 2 weeks of baseball camp, which I'm thinking might be like kind of a double-edged sword here. One, they're going to look more like baseball players. And two, if they're better at baseball, it's easier to film a movie because you don't have to keep doing reshoots because the kids can't like throw a catch or swing a bat.
Which is why I'm giving this 4.5 out of 5 pickles.
Wow, that is way up there. I'm going to do on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 7.75 out of 10 mallows.
Ooh, love a mallow. So we're up there for baseball realism score.
Yeah, and it's like, again, it's kids playing ball and, ribbing each other and generally being mean. It's just kind of what you do.
It's kind of guys being dudes.
It is guys being dudes.
It's a little too much guys being dudes at some points, actually.
It gets I mean, we've got some its problematic parts.
It's problematic. For the movie score, I will say this is heavily through a nostalgic lens, brought to you by Nostalgia. I'm going 80 out of 100 erector sets on this one. A solid 80 out of 100.
As a movie, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It gets a lot of like very respectable performances out of child actors. Even though this is Tom Gary's first film, which is pretty wild. So Smalls was never in anything before this, which is pretty sweet. Like we talked before, this movie's about 100 minutes long, and 60 of that is just kind of scenes that really don't progress anything. I enjoy them, but as a movie, I'm going to give it 65 out of a possible 100 long brimmed hats.
Love that. He kept that hat his whole life.
Kept the hat, which I think he should have honored Benny the Jet's humble suggestion of throwing it into the fireplace. It is a very funny hat. At some point in my life, I will probably own the very long brimmed hat with trout.
And with that, Mr. Miller, we've talked for way too long. We're going to have to scrap this all in post. The whole thing.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post. Don't worry. We're on hour 5.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for getting your popcorn ready. Like, subscribe, take out an ad in the newspaper and tell everybody to listen. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Toast the mallow.
Tell a friend. Toast a mallow and send a smoke signal to everybody to watch. Subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. You know what to do. Get your popcorn ready. Thank you.
Can they let me run the base? Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates or the steak by the